Welcome to this channel. I'm your host, Obiero. Today I'm privileged to host Levi Cheptora in our series of interviews. Levi is a published author, a playwright, a poet, a songwriter, among others. Currently based in Nairobi, Kenya. Sana, Mr. Levi.
Asante sana, Mr. Mark.
Who is Levi in Kenya?
He is a self-declared prophet of justice, an unapologetic fan of socialism, and a passionate head of the thieving elite.
Being an author, what motivates you or what compels you to write?
Being an author is a result of very many things that have happened in my life. Notably, my tough upbringing by two notoriously absent and drunkard, irresponsible parents. And then the social injustices perpetrated by the powers that be.
And when did you realize that you had this ability to write?
Okay, that I could one day become an author after my English class teacher in standard 6 offered to use one of my compositions as an example to the sitting candidates. That to me meant a lot. Another incident which made me believe that maybe one day, one time, I could follow in the footsteps of our very own good Jomo was an assignment that we were given when I was in Form 1 by our Swahili teacher, Mrs. Yego. We were asked to write lullabies in our mother tongue. Unfortunately, I was not aware. So I had to come up with a unique lullaby. Now, you see, coming up with a unique lullaby with a unique tune, that is something. I discovered my gift of songwriting. And then I also realized that if I could creatively compose a unique song, give it a melody, I could creatively write something unique. So I started writing short stories, which graduated into a book. When I was in Form 3, I had completed my first book, but in Swahili. Yeah, so that is when I realized that I could one day write.
How many books have you published so far?
Okay, so far I've published about 8 books. The first 4 in 2012. An additional one in 2015, one. And then this year, about 4.
And which are these books?
The first book to be published was ironically called The Greatest Thieves of Kenya. It did not last a month in the bookshelves. It was pulled down, I understand, thanks to Kibaki's administration. It was published by Dorrance Publishers. The second was a novel called The Bitter Pills, published by the same publisher, Dorrance Publishers. The third one was a poetry anthology called Songs from My Soul. And then there was a collection of short stories called When They Only Love Your Body and Others. That was in 2012. This year, I've published a very controversial play called There Is No Country Called Kenya, a novel called The Ugly Beautiful Tale of a Stupid Heart, an anthology of poetry, Crawling to My Death, and then a short story anthology called Please Remember to Forget Me, which is a tribute to my late father, girlfriend, and many other close relatives that are buried. It revolves around the theme of death.
Among all the books you have published, which book do you consider your best, and maybe why?
The book that I consider my best would probably be the play. There is no country called Kenya, with a subtitle, "If you must steal, please just steal a little." You might wonder why. The reason is it is a silent prophecy that I hope it will be fulfilled one day.
You're currently working on certain projects that the viewers should anticipate reading in future.
Currently, I'm working on 2 projects. One of them is a Swahili rewire, the one I mentioned earlier. It's called Yajapo Yapoke. I'm co-authoring it with somebody. It will hit your bookshops probably mid next year, 2017. And then I'm also working on an English movie script titled Home Sweet Home.
And why did you decide to publish most of your books abroad, despite the fact that Kenya has so many publishing firms?
There are several factors that made me opt for American-based publishers. One of them stems from numerous internal factors as far as our local publishers are concerned. There is this stereotype that unless you are a professor, a non-politician, the Kenyan publishers don't expect much from you. You see, I was a little known third year, not even a literature student, doing mathematics. So I was rejected. My first manuscripts were rejected. And then another factor is it takes a lot of time. Time factor. Even years for you to be published locally. Another might be the audience factor. You see, now that my publishers have a worldwide channel of distribution, that widens my audience. And I believe it also benefits the publishers because they can sell many copies to many people around the world.
And what advice do you give to the aspiring writers?
To aspiring writers, I have this to say. Writing is a craft for the lion-hearted, not for the faint-hearted. Why? Rejections are inevitable. 2, you can even lose your life. Ngugi is in exile to death, thanks to his books. If you have an idea, despite the many challenges, an idea that you strongly believe you want to share with the world, don't get buried with the idea. It is worth the sacrifice and the trouble. And finally, remember that great readers will always make great writers.
We are very much grateful, Mr. Levi, for having created your time to join us this very day and expounding more about your writing career. We are very much grateful and thank you very much.
Welcome.
For viewers, you have had it for yourself. Writing is a career that is always not for the faint-hearted. Since in the course of writing, you have to be faced with so many challenges. For instance, rejection. But how you respond to such challenges is what matters, whether you survive in this writing journey. There is always nothing good that comes easy. Hard work always pays at the end of it all. If you like to grab for yourself a copy of Chiromo's books, either in hard copy or soft copy, click the link below to get for yourself one. Thank you for watching. I've been your host, Obiero.